Hi, I'm Annie Ulichny, and I want to thank you so much for joining in for some meditation practice today. We're going to be working with shifting our perspective on ourself to more of a collective perspective today in practice. In this current climate around the world, when we're held by fear and worry, we tend to pull ourselves in and separate ourselves from everything else. And it's a really important reminder that we have this collective field of fear and worry, and we're all in this together. No matter what the worry is or the fear is, there's so much more we have in common than we realize. And it's not my fear, it's this field of fear or worry or joy or contentment or awe or authenticity, sincerity, whatever this emotion is or this charge within us, it is not just ours, it's a collective. So we're going to be working with moving away from our own gripped, tight version of whatever it is we're facing and feeling every day, to understanding this broader, more wholesome, more connected understanding of how we are and what we're going through and what we're experiencing. So let's take a comfortable posture. And we can have our eyes closed down for the practice, if this works for you. We'll just start by opening ourselves up a little bit. And once we have our eyes closed, this allows us to have our focus move in deeply within ourselves, just feeling what's happening, noticing where you feel sensations. Perhaps noticing what thoughts have been stirring before you came to give yourself this practice. Notice your mood that you start with on your seat. Notice how your body is feeling. In general, and maybe even specifically, if there are parts that feel fragmented, other parts that feel alive and buzzing with this energetic life force that we all carry. Just notice how we show up right here. We'll bring our attention, our focus to our belly, around where the belly button is. So just keep our focus there, and we'll take some deep breaths here together, in and out of the nose, slowly as you're able, until we can start a rhythm and then maybe even slow down some more. So breathing in through the nose, feeling and following that breath all the way down to below your belly button. Feeling up. And then the exhale is a slow exhale, pressing all of the air out, again, keeping a focus on that lower belly in this breath. Inhaling deep into the belly. Feel the belly expand. Exhaling, feeling a letting go, inviting a letting go. Inviting an opening and expanding of this body. Inhaling, feeling it's a little bit easier now, perhaps, to breathe a full breath in and really feeling the expansion in the belly and then on up through the torso. And exhaling, letting go, letting go, letting go. Continuing here. Breathing in and out on your own for a few breaths, really feeling the body as you do it. Let this feel soothing. Continue with your rhythm. Really pressing the belly button back toward the backbone on the full exhale. Take one more breath in and out. Full breath. Really bring everything you have into this last breath in and out. Filling up from the belly on up to the top of the chest. And then inviting a letting go on the exhale. And now we can just let the breath breathe itself. And feel the sensations. Noticing what's obvious. Feeling this sense of aliveness. Maybe just that brief, deep, intentional belly breathing starts to slow us down in the mind, in the whole body. Feeling a little more relaxed, a little more open. We could take a look at our face, around the eyes, behind the eyes. Noticing if there's tightness, any discomfort in the jaw, and where we usually maybe complain in our mind and our thoughts about any discomfort. What if we offered care here instead? Offering care to the tightness and the tension throughout our face, forehead, perhaps eyes, jaw, loosening, softening everything in the face as we bring our focus, our mind's ability to focus here. Down to our shoulders. Again, go deeply within the shoulder, even deeply within the shoulder blade. Really feeling deeply within that part of the body. Noticing if there's anything that can expand, open. As we bring our focus here, our mind can be consumed with thoughts, or we have this ability to control our focus and bring our focus within the body here. And when we focus with care in our own body, we feel a shift. You can start to feel an expanding, an opening, a softening within. Down the arms into the palms of the hands, really feeling the palms of the hands and the fingers. Our hands work very hard for us. And again, we can shift from any complaining we do about discomfort to care, offering care and kindness to these fingers and palms and joints, our hands. Bringing our attention to our rib cage. As we allow the breath to breathe itself, we might start to feel there might be some restriction in the muscles within the rib cage. Noticing if we focus here as the breath is breathing itself, we can invite a softening and expanding as we feel the breath breathing itself, opening up into our lungs, expanding the intercostal muscles within the ribs. Stay really focused here on this breath and the spaciousness we can encourage in our ribs, down to our belly, down to our below the belly button, and into our pelvis. Just by bringing our focus here, we might notice we can release some tension and tightness within our groin, our backside, our pelvis. And moving down through the thighs, into the knees, the lower legs, and the feet. By bringing our attention to our knees, perhaps inviting a release, softening within the knees, down to the feet. Bring all of our focus, maybe even wiggle your toes so you start to really recognize the sensations in the joints and the toes, in the soles of the feet. If it helps to wiggle your toes to really feel the felt sense within the feet, just notice if there's any tension or tightness or discomfort within the feet, anywhere in the feet, soles, tops of the feet, the toes, that we can offer care to, inviting and opening and expanding. We could come back to our lower belly region with our focus, and we could imagine the breath is coming in and out of the space of our lower belly, just below the belly button, breathing in and out of the lower belly. Imagining we're pulling the air in directly into the lower belly as if we have nostrils down in our lower belly. Breathing into really this, what could feel like empty space, just an open, spacious part of the body. Imagining as we breathe in, pulling the air into the lower belly, and it feels open, just spacious, empty. And then as we release the air, we just sit with this openness, this expansion in the belly. We feel this sense of aliveness perhaps, but it's open. Not so tight, not so solid. And we can use this same kind of technique and breathe right into the heart space, the chest area. Breathing in, pulling the air into our heart space on the inhale, as if we have nostrils right at our heart space, offering expansion, open, caring kindness into open space right in the middle of our heart. And then the exhale is just being with this open spaciousness right in the middle of our body. Another breath in and out with very intentional care. If our mind wanders, that's okay. Just come back to this pulling the air in and out of the heart center. Bringing our focus back anytime we wander. We could just get a sense now of this other idea of what our heart space contains. It's not this fixed, solid place within the body. Perhaps it's more expanded and open. This field of openness in the belly and now in the heart center. And we can explore now up into right in the center of the head, between the ears, behind the eyes, pulling the air in directly into the center of our head. On the inhale, we could imagine there's nostrils right in the center of our head, receiving this spaciousness, this air on the inhale. Releasing on the exhale. Pulling the air in again, feeling this spaciousness, this field of space. We usually think of ourselves as this solid, fixed being. And yet when we start to feel spaciousness, we feel it as a new way to understand within ourselves this open, expanded, almost empty-like sensation. As we breathe in, using the breath. Take one more breath in, right into the center of the head, using our creativity, our mind's ability to be creative, pulling the air into the head, and then as the air releases, just staying with the spaciousness in our head. We could allow the breath to breathe itself, but feel these three pockets of spaciousness within us: the belly, the heart, the head. This more open field of softness, expansion within us. We could start to maybe ponder, inquire this question of what's most important to me today. What's most important? Maybe it's my health, a loved one, a financial issue, a worldly concern, concern for the future. What is it that's been in my thoughts that's most important to me? And what emotions does that bring up for me? Whether it's a positive or a negative emotion, a renewing or one that maybe can be a depleting emotion, whatever it is, just recognize what's been important to you today. And could we start to think of this emotion, no matter what it is, if it's fear or if it's joy, can we start to realize perhaps we've been thinking of this emotion as my joy or my fear or my impatience or my worry or my determination, authenticity, whatever it is. And can we move from something that feels like it's mine, that I'm controlling, to just a field of emotion, whatever it is, concern, joy, happiness, fear, worry. It's a collective. There are millions and millions and millions of people feeling this same emotion as I am right now. Perhaps we could even think of one other person that we know or that we've read about or learned something about that we know is feeling this exact same thing that I'm feeling. This shared field of this emotion. People that you might encounter and see, or even pets or other beings today. We could acknowledge they may also be feeling these exact same emotions. They're in this field of emotion that we are. There is this collective sense. And somehow there's some relief in this, that we're all going through this together. These different range of emotions and experiences. Both negative, but certainly also positive. And we cycle through these as beings, all of us, in these fields of emotions. They are not ours. They are part of a much bigger collective. Take another breath in and out. Just feeling the body. Notice how you feel. I could hope you experience more expansion, openness, understanding these fields of opportunity, both within our body and also within our encounters. Every day, we are all experiencing these things together. I thank you for the gift of your time, for practice, and wish you a wonderful day.